Hello and welcome to the Street Cat Wrestling Podcast.
Yes, a name that we very decided on very easily.
Yeah,
and there's definitely not 100 different wrestling podcast names that are all wrestling terms that we all definitely didn't try.
Exactly. He is
I,
the Street Cat, Jesse James.
I am indeed.
I am the marvelous Miss Cora, and we want to talk about AEW.
We do. That's
Because-
the show we watch.
Yes, because the other show, WWE, is just not.
It's okay. We're gonna go immediately into tribalism on it.
Yeah, it's not interesting. Okay.
It's not, and a lot of people are gonna have a lot of opinions about that. But like, it's just
I am a casual fan,
yes,
as you
you
know.
are. I'm not. We'll get
And-
into that.
so I probably had a 20-year gap where I didn't watch wrestling. I
Right.
watched back in like 98, 99, Attitude Era,
Right.
Stone Cold,
The good stuff.
the good
To an
stuff.
extent.
I grew up and stopped watching because I had a life.
Mhm.
I would occasionally dip my toe back in.
All right, insult my child. Yes, thank you. All right, thanks.
I would occasionally dip my toe back in and decide that it wasn't interesting.
Mhm.
And then,
Right, aka anytime walking in on me watching it.
exactly.
Listen, just because I had to survive the Cena reign, reigns plural.
Probably
At least we had
4
Edge.
years ago,
Mhm.
you and our other brother Luke
Yes.
was like, hey, it's kind of good again.
Mhm.
You should start watching with us.
Yeah, I think 2016 for me is when I got back into it. I want to say 2018
18
for
probably.
you. Yeah.
Because
Because I got back into WWE. NXT was like what brought me back into it. You know, peak NXT takeovers, all that good stuff, and then AEW came along, and I was like, well, I'm only really going to be watching. I only have room in my brain for one thing at a time here, and well, AEW is really good, guys.
NXT is what hooked me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes, I think it hooked a lot of people back in as well.
Yeah, and then AEW came along,
Mhm.
and that first pay-per-view thing they had, they weren't
Right.
AEW yet.
Yeah,
it was-
All In, when it was technically under Ring of Honor, technically produced
Okay,
it, which is why the comment bought Ring of Honor partially.
Well, seeing that pay-per-view, I
Mhm.
was like, all these new people and all these new
Yeah.
gimmicks, and I love gimmicks.
Back when Sammy Guevara would come out with a panda thing on his head, you should bring
Oh,
that
yeah,
back. You
I
should bring
forgot
that
about
back.
that.
You should not, but yeah.
But no, that piqued my interest,
Mhm.
and then once they put NXT, I feel like on TV,
Yeah, that also is what kind of killed my interest at least.
yeah, it changed
Because it
and-
really worked better as a 1 hour, like, we're just doing, like, this is a developmental system, you know, we're going to have some overarching storylines, we're going to have some folks who really aren't developmental talents, cough, cough, Aleister Black, Andrade, Gargano, etc., etc. Owens and Sami Zayn also not developmental talents, but went through the system, and it was just good, different wrestling than what you get on the main roster. It just kind of worked better as its own separate entity, I felt.
Yeah, and then I got what's the right word, like disenfranchised by
Yeah, that's
WWE because they would bring up my favorite NXT people,
right.
and then they would either change them completely
Mhm.
or not use them at all.
High Sanity,
And
or I guess By Sanity, High
And that hurt me.
Retribution, By Retribution, High Karrion Cross,
there's just so
By
many.
Karrion Cross,
Not even worth.
High Keith Lee,
getting into.
By Keith Lee, like, yeah, like that's it's weird because like people criticize AEW for bringing in a lot of talents and having such a stacked roster, but they're using it. They are by all means using the roster they have, and that really never felt like it was the case with WWE in current times. You know, they have their set stars that they want to push. If someone gets over, they either strap the rocket to them and pretend that was the plan all along, like they did with Becky Lynch and Daniel Bryan, or they do what they did to Zack Ryder and Miro, and that's do everything in their power to kill their momentum. And then when they're no longer over, you just release them because budget cuts.
Listen. I became spiteful
Mhm.
with the WWE because, again, they're taking like my favorite things. Like they had, I mean, this is the biggest point in case, but the Fiend
Yeah, The Fiend.
was an absolute star,
Yes.
and
With a lot of crossover appeal, let's be real.
And they ruined him.
They did a lot of things to ruin him. They
ruined him.
They did the funky Seth Rollins Hell in a Cell finish.
Yep, that was
but then
first.
he recovered from that. Then he won the Universal Championship, which was, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and people had a lot of thoughts on like, oh, does this character even really need a title? It feels like he shouldn't need or want that. He should
that's
be
debatable.
And that's a different conversation, and that's not something we have a lot of time for.
But then Goldberg,
and then Goldberg ate him in Saudi Arabia.
That was it for me.
As Goldberg does in Saudi Arabia. But then they gave him the John Cena match at WrestleMania, the cinematic match.
But Cena means nothing to me.
Right, but as the person who grew up in the C Nation, that was everything I have ever wanted in wrestling. Like, just a complete and utter character assassination of John Cena, ending with him being literally sucked into the void, never to be seen again until he was seen again, but still, like, beautiful, exceptional. And then the Alexa Bliss stuff, which had its moments. It had its moments, I'll give it that much, but then he entered another feud with Randy Orton, which didn't need to ever happen because the first Randy Orton feud sucked. And then Alexa Bliss came out with Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice goop on her face, and the Fiend decided to just stand there, and then he left forever.
The end.
And then he left forever.
Then I left forever.
And then you left forever. And then that was the second to last WWE show I watched. I watched this year's Royal Rumble, and then I was like, okay, cool. I don't need to watch WWE for the rest of the year now. Cool. Great. Cool.
Yep. And I don't want to talk about it anymore. That's enough background, I feel.
Yeah, right. I'll say that's who we are. We're people with big opinions, and we're not afraid to very loudly say them. You won't get that on the wrestling Twitter. We're here with the nuanced, aggressive takes.
Listen, I know nothing about the
internet wrestling community.
No,
or
the deep roots and background, backstage stuff. Like, I'm very casual. Take it as I see it. Whereas I turn to you as you're more of the professional fan.
Right. I'm a mark.
You're a professional fan. I'm a casual fan.
Yes, I'm a mark. I watch my Wrestling Observer Live. I watch my Cultaholic. You watch your Cornette, which you wouldn't expect. You'd expect that to be flipped in this situation, but whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's us. That's who we are.
That's our background of what we know.
So let's talk about what we're gonna do on this wonderful show of shows that we are going to be hosting.
Listen, I want to talk about AEW. So
that's what we're gonna do.
A pay-per-view just happened.
A pay-per-view did just happen.
Revolution.
Yes. The question is, was it a revolution?
I don't think so.
Well, it really wasn't, but it was really good. It was really good.
So
maybe their second best.
Probably
their second best.
Before we even talk about the matches or the pre-show, I got a bone to pick.
Alright, off the bat.
Right away.
Are we gonna? Okay.
We're gonna dive right in.
I don't even know what this is about, folks at home.
So this is the first pay-per-view I bought.
Yeah.
Okay. And I didn't know what to do. I read up. It was like, oh, Bleacher Report is how you do it. And so I thought that would be easy. There's an app or something, whatever. Because when I'm on Hulu, it's always UFC fight in my face.
Yeah.
Buy this pay-per-view.
Yep.
So I thought,
Hulu and Disney Plus have good integration because they're all, Disney core.
So I thought buying an AEW pay-per-view would be just as easy.
It's not.
I was wrong. Very, very wrong.
Uh-huh.
I have a PlayStation 4. I have a smart TV. I have technology.
Yes.
However, it all failed me.
Yes.
I don't know why. Because I put it on my phone, and usually I can just cast that to my TV.
Yes.
And watch it on my TV. Well, the cast button wasn't there.
Right.
It was there, but it wasn't there.
Right.
It was faded, and I couldn't hit it. So I
the thing was just locked.
I don't know.
Or something. It just it wasn't working, for lack of a better term.
Well, I found that out when I looked at the comments.
Oh, right. It has a live chat.
There's a live chat.
Okay, that's sick.
And almost every person in there is complaining that the app's not working.
Yeah.
They can't cast. And so for basically the entire pre-show and part of the first match of the pay-per-view,
which was a banger, and we'll get to it,
I was trying to figure this out, and then I was raging I almost rage quit the pay-per-view.
Which would have made this recap a little interesting.
I was so angry that I was gonna have to watch this like 5-hour show on my phone after paying
Was it 50?
hard-earned American dollars.
That could have went towards gas,
Or so many other things.
Or AEW wrestling cards.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Good luck finding
AEW action figures.
Yes.
That we love. Or yes, any of the multitudes of t-shirts and things.
Or yes, the million t-shirts.
So
shirts.
once I got over the fact, once I accepted that my only option was to watch on my phone, I settled in. I settled into my couch recliner and watched it on my lap, which made the girlfriend happy because then she could play. What is it?
Elden Ring.
Elden Ring.
Jesse talks about Elden Ring. Buy Elden Ring.
So she could play Elden Ring while I watch the pay-per-view for like 5 hours.
Yes.
So anyways, I'm not happy with Bleacher Report.
Yeah, no, I've bought 3 pay-per-views maybe through Bleacher Report and have not had great experiences with them ever. For me, the problem was always trying to log into their services. There's just like no good way to like, oh, I forgot my password because I'm only logging into this thing once every like 4 months. So I just don't know the passwords to my accounts anymore, and it doesn't really let you get back into them easily. So I just wind up watching it on my one of the folks I live with. We do not live in the same abode. Just owns an Amazon Fire Stick, so I'm able to just get pay-per-views through that. And that's probably legal. It is. I mean, you pay $70 for it's an Amazon Fire Stick. Amazon sells it. It's Amazon's names on it, so I'm assuming it's legal. But yeah.
Okay, tell me about the pre-show since I was in the midst of a technological nightmare.
Yeah, so there's not really a lot to talk about with the pre-show, and we're really going to be mainly covering the wrestling portion, just because that's what we were watching with our eyes. We didn't pay attention too much to commentary. I don't think we're going to have a lot of notes on the commentary. So yeah, opens up with legit Layla Hirsch versus Chris Statlander in your typical singles match. Fun side note, when they hit Chris Statlander's Titantron, they accidentally start hitting Kenny Omega's instead, which kind of accidentally spoils the fact that, they're going to do a little tease and that they brought Don Callis like right after that match. Because I remember seeing it and I was like, that's not Statlander's Titantron. And then it swapped over to hers and I was like, okay, that was Kenny Omega. Or maybe I just figured it was there from like a test pre show. They just hit different Titantrons to either get the fans hyped or just to test the technology or something. So that's a fun little pre-note about the match. I mean, the match was solid. I saw it as a match between Statlander and Hirsch is going to be.
I mean, I like both of them.
I do like both of them. I like them a lot.
A lot of potential.
Oh, especially for Layla Hirsch. Statlander's already there in my opinion, for the most part. Also, props to Layla Hirsch for having to deal with internet wrestling bullshit. And we were talking about this a little bit before the show. Layla Hirsch does have Russian heritage. I believe she grew up there, I think her statement said, for the first 8 years of her life before coming to America. Something along those lines. So, her ring attire obviously has, her home country's colors on them. That's not too weird until weirdos on Twitter decide to have weird takes about that online. So she did the typical, go into Notes app, type up a big long statement, and just post that to Twitter, apologizing, not even really apologizing because there's nothing to apologize for, but, explain hey, this is my heritage. I don't agree what's going on with that whole world situation. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to just briefly talk about politics because I don't want to.
Yeah, no one wants to anymore. It's all garbage.
But I don't understand the
bad faith
boycotting of basically anything Russia related.
Right, to an extent.
Because think of the things that the United States have done, who they've bombed or invaded or whatever, and I'm pretty sure a lot of that I didn't agree with. Yeah. So if someone started
blaming the
me
country's problem, you on the for
things my government did,
You wouldn't be
I
too
don't
happy.
think that's very
fair. And I
fair.
think, yeah, and we can even, like, I was more so saying or thinking along the lines of, like, Layla Hirsch isn't the Russian government. Like, pick and choose your battles on what things you want to condemn and who you want to hold accountable. You can have pride in your heritage and with who you are without being an asshole. You know what I mean? And Layla Hirsch isn't an asshole. She seems like just a genuinely cool person.
All right, that's enough of that.
Yeah. Anyways, cool match. Layla Hirsch going over, which honestly I was surprised by. I expected we'd open the pre-show, a nice big babyface victory because, like, it's the pre-show. That's pre-show formula. IMO. No, Statlander is in the ring with the ref, who's distracted by, like, armbands that, like, fell off in the ring or something. Layla Hirsch goes under the ring, grabs a turnbuckle. They keep spare turnbuckles on the ring. Fair enough. Just whacks Statlander with it, gets the pin, and then Red Velvet runs down to make the save after the match.
Okay, I do remember that now, and I remember, again, as a casual fan and watching, being confused as to why the ref turned his back. That's why I was like, why?
Yeah, commentary did explain it was like, I think either Statlander or Hirsch's like wristbands fell off, so he was just like removing those foreign objects out of the ring, so giving Hirsch a chance to just whack Statlander over the head. You were dealing with.
I was. So I wasn't.
Yeah. See, I just pulled it up on YouTube because it's the pre-show and it was free on YouTube. So.
Right.
Yep. Yeah. Any extra thoughts we want to have on that? I mean,
I got nothing else on that.
Yeah, not really. And I mean, we'll loop back to Layla Hirsch and that whole storyline with Dynamite later.
Yeah, most of this pre-show should be able to just
breeze through.
Right through.
Yep. Don Callis comes out next, cuts a promo about Kenny Omega coming back and how. Adam Cole's going to win the world title, and he's going to be the greatest champion until Kenny Omega comes back. Cool, good to see Don Callis again.
I didn't listen to him at all.
I mean, I was I'll say I was also kind of doing stuff for part of the pre-show and part of the main show as well. But yeah, no, good to see Don Callis again. Good, more setting up the inevitable elite split later on whenever Kenny Omega gets healed up. Hopefully that won't be too long because injured people suck. People deserve to be not injured. Hot take. Let's see. Next match was Hook versus QT Marshall. They sent Hook.
Send Hook against QT Barnum.
QT Marshall.
Because he's a clown.
He is. He's fine.
That's all I got.
Hook. I was making food in the middle of this match, I think, or washing dishes or something, because I was like, I know what Hook's gonna do. He did his cool Hook things.
Yeah, I like Hook more because the crowd likes him so much, and that gets me going when I see the crowd into it. Then I get it.
I definitely fell into the group think of like once like the Twitter started being like we're all hookers. Like it's like, well, how can I hate that? That's just beautiful.
I'm just gonna go right along with the crowd there.
Right. When in doubt, agree with the crowd.
So I don't think
incredible takes.
Watched the second of that one, honestly.
Yeah, I barely did. I watched the finish. Hook locks in the Red Rum for the submission victory.
Okay.
Moving on to the 6-man tag in the match of the pre-show. We have the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, newly signed, versus Penta Oscuro, Pac, and the debuting one-off appearance Eric Redbeard.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Yeah, Eric Redbeard looked good in this match.
Yeah, we like Redbeard.
We do like Redbeard. He's just good to see him as well.
Mm-hmm.
We like Brody King. We like Buddy Matthews a lot.
Yes.
We like Pac. We like Malachi Black.
Love Penta.
We love Penta. We love Alex Abrahantes. I like Alex Abrahantes.
Hold on.
Okay, this is where we're going, man.
I never pay any attention to him.
Mm-hmm.
Usually he's just a guy kind of in a suit.
Yes.
Ringside. But now he's like a druid or something?
Well, because Penta Oscuro is a distinct, different part of Penta's personality, and it's like, a different character by all means. So now we have Alex Abrahantes Oscuro, I guess.
I refuse to accept it.
I heard someone when he had the red face paint on at the pay-per-view call him Wolfpack Alex, and I thought that was incredible.
That's a nice little
I liked it. I find it funny that the guy who goes on the whatever channels to sell the Dell laptops on commercials, doing all that red face paint and being like a creepy druid man with a shovel, I think that's just neat.
It's too much of a jump for me from when he was just a suit weird guy to now he's a druid.
Penta went from guy in a mask to
guy in a darker mask.
It's
not that far of a jump.
But he's got some undead elements in it. He's a zombie man or something. I don't know. I think it was fun. No, this was a good match, and it.
I wouldn't know.
Well, unfortunate. Gave everyone kind of their moments to shine. Eric Redbeard got his good big man moments, had some good setup moments with Brody King. Pac and Penta, obviously, both very, very talented. Malachi Black and Buddy Matthews also did their things. Ended with, I believe, Eric Redbeard taking the pin after being isolated and just having the wolves descend upon him.
Yeah, I like all these guys, but I want something more of a story, maybe.
Right. Well, I think we're really kind of biding time until Rey Fenix comes back from the dislocated arm, which I mean, there were early reports of him coming back late February, so I'm assuming we're maybe a couple weeks out from that. So we'll probably get that big 6-man tag later on down the line. Well, maybe like they're mentioning AEW Grand Slams coming up in maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So maybe maybe we'll get that match then. Like, that makes sense.
House of Black is cool because they're all gothy and tattooed.
Besides Buddy Matthews, he's just a ginger.
But I don't know. I feel like I need a mission statement from them. Like, I don't understand what their purpose is.
Yeah, I'd like to see them maybe go for the tag titles. We'll let the Bucks and Red Dragon kind of do their own thing. Let them go for the tag titles. I think they'll be a good feud for Jurassic Express, especially since Jurassic Express is kind of a 6-man or a 3-man right now with Christian Cage anyways.
I know. I want them to do...
I think that
something worth something. Like, they're supposed to be all dark and spooky. Like, maybe, like, because the Dark Order's there, and they're kind of, like, their name is Dark and Spooky, even though they're kind of like a bunch of...
They're a bunch of lovable schmucks. Yeah.
So, like, maybe,
I love that, though.
Maybe that offends the House of Black.
Have them take out...
One by one, they just, like, Brood style.
Yeah.
Just, like... axe them one by one.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been kind of waiting, and Bryan Danielson kind of did this, where he just kind of went one by one and just like kind of and now Cole kind of did that. But I'm waiting for someone to have an actual story with the Dark Order and for it to matter.
Yeah, there's something they could do something. Maybe they are.
Yeah, and I'll say maybe they are. We'll talk about that with Dynamite. With there was a little segment there, a little tease, a little something. And not the first time that, Adam Page has not been a great friend to them. We'll get to that.
Right.
So we'll see. But yeah, no, that also works. I mean, I kind of thought they were doing something with Varsity Blondes when they, sprayed the mist in Julia Hart's face and she started acting different. Then they sprayed it in, like, Garrison's face and he was acting different.
I wanted a
would have been nice.
Pirate cheerleader Julia Hart is what I wanted.
Pirate goth
cheerleader Julia Hart. That's what I was envisioning in my head.
Yeah, that would have been cool. But plans change? Question mark? I don't know. They could do with a woman member of the faction in the House of Black.
No, I think I had this thought today that I think they do need that at some point.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Maybe not right this second, but at
eventually.
Some point.
Hey, maybe Ember Moon. She's open to working with AEW.
I thought that too.
Ember Moon would be great.
Well, we're on the same page.
Tony Storm's no compete should be expiring soon if it's not already expired as well.
Yeah, I like that. I think her idea better.
But yeah, let Tony Storm come in and do Tony Storm things.
Yeah, Tony Storm stuff.
Let her wrestle Ruby Solo. That'd be cool. That'd be really good. That'd be really good.
Okay.
So that was our pre-show.
That was the
pre-show. Pre-show ends with the typical pre-show fashion with good old JR Jim Ross coming out making his entrance because, God forbid, he commentate 12 matches in a single night. Poor buddy.
You get tired.
Yeah, God, yeah. You get tired watching it. All right, but show opens with Chris Jericho versus Eddie Kingston in a match for respect and honor and all that good stuff. Can Eddie finally win the big one?
I was almost settled in at this point, but I still only caught pieces, but I caught the entire ending.
Yeah. Match opens with Eddie Kingston just hitting a nasty suplex onto Chris Jericho. Really tweaking that neck of his. Sells it for a while before the match gets started for real. I do like Eddie Kingston's most 2 recent pay-per-view appearances. He instantly starts his match with basically KOing his opponent. If you remember at the most recent pay-per-view, he opened up just spinning back fisting CM Punk, and he was just down for like a minute straight. That was a good but no. Yeah, so did I. Love to see that revisited again. But no, this was a really good, solid show opener. Hard-hitting, lots of chops.
Right, you got Jericho, who's a legend, basically.
Oh, God, yeah. Living legend.
And then the Mad King is new to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I really like him.
Extent.
One of the reasons I really like him, this is going to be kind of funny, he reminds me of my very first tattoo artist.
Yeah, okay.
You remember Brian?
Yes, Brian, because he also did my tattoo.
He reminds me of Brian, just the way he talks, his demeanor.
Yes.
Even his size a little bit, like body shape wise.
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
But Brian was amazing, and so I feel like that same energy is like Eddie Kingston for me.
Yeah, see,
so that's why I like him.
I was watching the show, at least the first couple matches of the show, with some guys from Long Island. They all love Eddie Kingston because he's just the personification of the Bronx, and they love that.
Right, that's where I think Brian is from.
Yeah, which makes sense then. Yeah. No, Eddie Kingston's really, really good at everything he does.
Yeah. He puts his heart into it, like especially really when he's on the mic. Like he hooks me. I'm invested. I feel the emotion.
It's very easy to get invested with Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
Which is why all of his matches really are must watch, honestly. Yeah, great match. Eddie Kingston wins the big one, picks up the victory with I forgot the exact name of the move.
Some sort of stretch thing.
Yeah, I thought it was the muffler stretch. It wasn't. It was a different stretch move. Weird looking submission, but
painful.
Yeah, right. Gets the job done. I figured he would have won with a couple of spinning back fists, like Jericho goes through the juice effect. He does the spinning back fist, reach difference.
I like different endings though.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I'm good. I'm good with that one.
Yeah, he gets the win. Jericho gets back up afterwards, and Eddie Kingston goes to offer his hand for the handshake because that's what they're building it up as is like Jericho, being if I lose, yada yada yada, I'll shake your hand, look you in the eyes, etc. etc.
Right, that was the story.
Jericho rolls out of the ring, walks to the back to a lot of boos.
Yep.
And Kingston music plays, and everyone cheers because Eddie Kingston's very good.
Yes.
All
right. Let's keep going.
Rolling on, where it's a 2-hour AEW World Tag Team Titles match. Red Dragon, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, versus the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson, versus your World Tag Team Champions of the World, Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
Okay, great. Good job.
Yes, nailed it. Definitely not our first time doing this. And we're definitely going to do more than one take, obviously.
No, we're not. One take. That's
one take. Yep. If the recording's messed up, you'll never see this.
Nope. Good luck.
Yep. Lost in the archives.
Anyways, I got a problem with this match too.
Right. Yeah. We have different opinions on this match to an extent.
It's a two-parter for me. Like, I'm a fucking casual fan, just watching from the outer. I understand the story with the Young Bucks and Red Dragon, and like they're together, but they're kind of not together. And Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are champions.
Yep.
But I was very confused on how they were going about working together.
Right.
For this match. And it confused me too that there's it's 3 teams, but there's only 2 people in the ring at the same time. So why would you ever tag anyone from the other team in? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, triple threat tag team matches are usually weird. I always
I'm only tagging my own partner in.
Yeah.
Why would I tag in someone from the other team? It doesn't make sense to me unless I'm gonna lose that second.
Yeah, I mean you can make the argument for different ring psychology things of me and my partner need rest. If the match is gonna look dire, we're just gonna run in there and break up anything that's a little bit sketch, and then we're just gonna drag a prone body over and tag ourselves in.
I guess
there's ring psychology to an extent. I prefer if it was just one person from each team in as well.
If you're not in the match, you can't win the match.
Yes. Congrats. I think you are now, you have reached WWE commentator level status of analysis. Thank you. Good job. All right, we got the replacement for Michael Cole here. You can go out and super kick him and everything.
That was my only thing is when they would start arguing with each other, I'm like, yeah, of course, you figured this out.
Yeah, I think
once they all started fighting each other, then I was like, now I'm good again. This makes sense to me.
Yeah, the back half of this match was very good.
Yes, that's the 2-part thing I was saying. Is the first part I didn't really understand why they were doing the things they were doing, and then once everybody started fighting in the second part of the match, then I was good and enjoyed it.
Right, yeah, Jungle Boy, absolutely MVP of this match. I mean, what wasn't he doing in this match? You know what I mean? He was all over the place, just hitting insane amounts of moves, lots of good rope work as always from him. Luchasaurus looking like $1 million again because he's just really cool, and I mean his hot tags. He's one of the best hot tags in the business, in my opinion. just going in there, wrecking people, and then inevitably getting his legs chopped down because...
Yeah, and basically he's a
man.
bigger guy, and they kind of play to the, like, he gets fatigued a little bit faster
exactly.
than obviously Jungle Boy does. So I like that.
So he's a little bit more
his
susceptible
stamina.
to getting, ganged up on.
Yeah, it makes sense to me.
Like he took a lot of super kicks to the legs.
He did indeed.
He did. Yeah, match inevitably ends with Jungle Boy getting the pin, which we kind of figured heading into this match. I feel like, Jurassic Express probably retains. We start continuing, building that thread towards the inevitable Red Dragon Young Bucks match.
Yes.
With Adam Cole being the caught in the middle between which of his children he loves the most.
Yeah, and then
Plot twist is going to be Red Dragon.
A lot of different things they can do there, so...
Yeah, a lot of stuff there.
watch.
Not a lot of teams for Jurassic Express to face, though, in my opinion, that they haven't already.
Yeah, I don't know who the next tag team champions will be. There's a lot of teams.
There are a lot of teams, and which is a good thing. It's just that how many are championship level, And I think that kind of got a little exposed during the 2 Battle Royals.
Yeah. Well,
especially that second one.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, they used a couple of different teams for random matches that night, but... Yeah, that Casino Battle Royal was a little sparse. I mean, they had the Wingmen and Bear Country in it.
Yeah, I didn't know who the Wingmen were.
Oh, yeah, they're a faction. They're a jobber faction.
I know Bear Country, though.
Yeah, I love Bear Country. They're really cool, and they show up to lose in 10 seconds.
Big bear-looking dudes.
Big man. Big man. Love me some big man.
So, yeah, I'm good. I'm happy with that. Let's move on.
All right, next, the Face of the Revolution ladder match. Let's see if I can remember all the names.
Good luck.
Orange Cassidy, Ricky Starks, Keith Lee, Wardlow, Will Hobbs, Christian Cage. 6 people. Count them, 6 people in that match.
A very interesting group of people.
3 not big men, 3 very big men.
Yes, we have... Okay, so this is a little insider information for you. When I'm watching AEW,
yes,
and Wardlow comes on. In our house, we now have a nickname for Wardlow. And it's War Daddy because
welcome to the internet. The internet agrees with you. The internet wrestling community agrees. Yes.
Okay. Because
I've seen so many people very, very thirsty, outrageously down bad. I'm one of them for Wardlow. The man is just objectively attractive. Like that. I'm sorry.
So me and my girlfriend, I joke about it with her. I always call him War Daddy just because I think it's funny.
Yes.
And she makes fun of me for it. And now she also calls him War Daddy. And it's like, you know what? I see it now.
It is Wardlow's world.
I see it.
And we're all living in it.
Yeah, so Wardlow, big fan favorite.
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes,
on the rise.
The Stray Cat wrestling households.
Yes. And then
Stray Cat.
Also want to make a little comment about Orange Cassidy.
Okay, yes.
So I've always thought he's hilarious.
Yes, agreed.
Because he reminds me of Weekend at Bernie's. Bernie Lomax.
Okay.
Like, because he's got the sunglasses. Like, when I first saw him, he never wrestled.
Yes.
And he'd just come out with his hands in his pockets and his sunglasses and then go on the top rope and, like,
fall
on people.
Yes.
And it just reminded me of Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair enough.
So that's what
never watched the movie, personally.
Oh, you're missing out.
I know, I should watch the one that has Daniel Radcliffe in it.
So this is where the age gap comes into play?
Yeah. We are separated by many, many years. I'm very young. Boy, we're gonna do the math. I am 22. That is like 17 years.
17 years
apart, give or take.
That
I like how you whispered your age in my ear and then I just allowed me to announce the age
They
gap.
can't do math. They're not going to do the math.
You're right. Wrestling fans don't know how to read or do math, obviously.
They're not
we
doing
don't,
that.
so like...
They're not.
Yeah, no.
So I'm safe.
It's like Yu-Gi-Oh! Players can't read.
Exactly.
Wait,
where were we? Ladder match.
Right, yeah, the ladder match. Your thoughts on it?
Love the outcome.
Yes, I agree. I'm surprised by the outcome.
Couple of brutal spots.
A couple of very brutal looking spots.
The one that I thought was gonna hurt someone didn't, and the one that I thought was okay actually was hurt.
Okay, see, I saw that one and I was like instantly like, oh, he's concussed. it turns out he had an arm injury. And of course, we're talking about Orange Cassidy.
Getting yeeted out of the ring.
Getting absolutely tossed
by Bearcat.
No. Bad. No. Bad. No.
Sorry.
No more WWE.
Okay.
No more E.
He got limitlessly tossed out of the ring.
Yeah, so he basked in Keith's glory for a little too long.
Keith Lee overshot the people that were supposed to catch him.
Yeah, I think it was like Will Hobbs and Christian.
Yeah, you could see after he flew over them and landed.
And Christian immediately just like crawled over.
It was basically like, hey, are you okay?
And the answer was no. He was not in the match anymore. The second he wasn't there for the Danhausen spot, I think we both knew like, oh, he's legit hurt because otherwise he would have been there for the Danhausen spot. Danhausen obviously partially aligned with the Best Friends until his leg fully heals up, I'm assuming. Mm. And then he can do Danhausen things. Very nice. Very evil.
What was it? Was it Ricky Starks that was on the ladder when he came in?
Yeah.
And he pulled him off?
Yes. Or, well, distracted him? Distracted him.
I thought he pulled his leg off.
Something like he cursed him at the very
Regardless, he got cursed.
And boy, howdy did it come into play. Ate a nasty power bomb.
That's the second one that I thought there was something... Because Starks had an injury before, right?
Neck injury, in fact, which landing directly onto your, neck on a ladder typically hurts, I'd imagine.
Yeah, so the spot was Wardlow turned around the ladder to powerbomb him onto another ladder. Mm-hmm. And, again, casual fan watching, it looked like Starks kind of took the fall before Wardlow kind of, guided him. Yeah. It looked like he just kind of fell with not much, help from Wardlow. And
it also looked like he landed directly onto his head. Yeah, vertically almost.
Probably that sound too.
Yes, also that sound. It was a loud sound. Yeah. Also, great spot between Will Hobbs, Keith Lee going through the tables as well to take them both out of the match.
Oh yeah, War Daddy came in and just
slapped him off.
Gone.
Yep, deleted.
Gone from the match.
Yep, reduced to atoms.
That's it.
Yep, and Wardlow climbs up the ladder. Gets to face the hard cam and just grabs the brass ring.
So
and rings.
I always
and
get
Wardlow are going to come into play later.
Okay.
Oh come on, we got yeah. Not the only ring Wardlow's going to be doing stuff with that night. Yeah. Set up. Payoff.
I always have anxiety when the guy who's supposed to win gets to the whatever is up there.
Yeah.
Because I'm always afraid that he's not going to be able to unclip it.
Right, I think Adam Page had that issue at one point where he fumbled with it for a good second. I forgot what match he was in, but he fumbled with it.
Because I would have anxiety with that.
Yeah, oh god, I'd be how does this,
Yeah, I would want to practice ahead of time. I would want to know what.
I feel like that'd be a very fun spot though, of just someone who you think is going to win or has a chance to win, just fumbles with it and just gets yeeted.
So a very enjoyable match.
Yeah. I don't think it was the best ladder match that AEW has done. I think
probably not.
The Face of the Revolution match that Brian Cage debuted in was better, in my opinion. I don't know. This one didn't really do it for me. I'm glad that they got rid of the gimmick for this match. Or I guess technically it was the casino ladder match that had this gimmick where they started with two people in the ring and then added more people to the match.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that for a ladder match. You can do that for your battle royals and other types of stuff, but don't do it for a ladder match. That's just weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, solid match.
Yeah, enjoyable.
Yeah.
Next.
Who's
next?
Who's next?
Who's next?
That's Ryback's thing. You don't know who a Ryback is.
No.
That's too much lore to explain. That's a little much. That's another. We'll have a whole episode dedicated to Ryback. We won't.
I said it because Jade was next.
Yeah, and she's doing the Goldberg streak.
Yes.
Right, Ryback was 2012 Goldberg. WWE's attempt to do it again.
No, remember late 90s. Me.
Yeah. Right, but see, I'm
so Ryback doesn't register.
Well, it's for the best that Ryback doesn't register with you.
So anyways, who's next?
TBS Women's Championship title match between the champion Jade Cargill and everyone's favorite Brazilian, Ty Conti.
Wait.
We do have thoughts, so I'm gonna let you give your thoughts first.
I have a very much love-hate feel for Jade Cargill because before she had the title, I was all in on her. I liked what was happening, and then they gave her the title, and I don't know if she just got more screen time, but So I messaged you
Yes.
right as the match was starting.
Mhm.
I sent a text message. I fired one off to you real quick. Like
hot takes during the show.
it was like, oh, hopefully Jade doesn't have too many botches or something to that effect. And
I think the match was filled with
as
them.
I
was
sent
riddled.
it,
also, yes.
As I sent it, I go, oops, there's one.
Yep.
And then by the time you respond to me, you're like, whoop, that's 3.
Yeah.
But honestly, after that,
it was Jade Cargill's best match.
Yeah, I thought
like,
it was
had
good.
a slightly rough open. Besides Jade Cargill just randomly kissing Ty Conti. Sure, cool.
Yep, don't know, but Jade's entrance.
Also very cool. Jade from Mortal
Had
Kombat. And also the cool guitarist
guy.
I'm
sorry, I don't remember his name.
Right, because his name was something cool too. It was like
Swordfish, Kingfish.
Yeah, it was Kingfish.
It was Kingfish. Very bluesy, like
right. Yes,
man.
It said he was several times Grammy nominated fellow. So,
high quality.
So we're just uncultured. We didn't know who he was. We are. We don't know things outside of wrestling. Like most wrestling fans.
So her entrance was very cool too, with the live music and
the Mortal Kombat gear.
The Jade gear.
Jade was Jade.
That made sense to me. So I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So cool entrance.
Yeah.
And then the second part of the match, I enjoyed. I didn't have high expectations for this, so when they I had the low expectations, and since they the match was mediocre, then for me that was like high. It was better than I thought.
And I think we'll get the inverse of that with a match or two later on, where maybe we had higher expectations than what was delivered.
Yeah.
And there's one match I'm looking at in particular that I think a lot of folks at home also have similar opinions about. But no, solid match. I like Anna Jay getting involved in just clonking Jade with the chair, and Jade just still kicking out because she's just a big scary.
And then Jade did give her a pretty good pump kick.
She did. She's really good at giving pump kicks.
I wouldn't go that far.
Shit, most
that
of
was
hers,
a good one.
Most of hers, when they look good, they look good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what I mean?
What I don't like though is her little shtick about the title and what it stands for.
Oh, the That Bitch show.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just not meant for me.
Well,
but
I don't know if that's like not meant for you. You could just, I don't know. I'm not like a big like we wrestling catchphrases aren't all going to be winners.
It's cringy to me. It cringes me, That Bitch show, because like it makes me want to change it. Like what should it be called? What would I do? And then it's Jade, so I'm like that botch show.
Well, you're not going to call yourself that botch.
Well, I mean, what would I call?
Right, I guess.
What would I
guess
call it for her?
Mm-hmm.
But that's like mean and sad.
It is mean and sad. We don't like to be mean and sad here.
No, except for when I like Jade. I just
she's really good. Everyone on this card is really, really good. I
just wanna I want it to be a little cleaner.
Yeah,
I'm very, even though I'm a casual fan, very particular.
Yes,
when
I know you are.
Things aren't timed correctly, or you take me out of it. Like
right.
I'm in it, and I'm believing this. It's a show. It's a story.
Yeah, but once the illusion breaks, it breaks for you.
Oh, it does.
Okay, that's fair. I'm able to work myself back in most of the time, I feel like.
Well, you lose me sometimes.
Yeah.
When there's a big error of some kind, and I know like it's got to be incredibly difficult to do at the professional level. So like, I understand the degree of difficulty, but you're on TV. I expect pay-per-view. I pay $50 for this. Everything better be perfect.
Right. Yeah. And well,
But yeah, I enjoyed that match too.
Yeah. No, solid match. Really solid match.
Yeah.
All right. Here we have our probable match of the night: CM Punk versus MJF in a dog collar match.
Wait.
We have a lot to talk about.
Even before we get into
the match itself,
the entrance. Even before we get into the entrances, before the entrance.
Internet, hello.
Part of the reason that I got this pay-per-view was solely for this match.
Yeah.
The poster of CM Punk.
Yes.
In wrestling trunks with all those tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a collar.
Down bad.
What? Sorry. That's just how I feel.
Well, good for you.
And the disappointment I got when he came out
wearing his old Ring of Honor
wearing
shorts,
long basketball shorts, I nearly threw the phone across the room.
But it was his old.
What else could go wrong? I gotta watch it on my phone because the app's not working. And now CM Punk is wearing basketball shorts.
Well, now you get to have a deeper appreciation for the storytelling. He was wearing his old Ring of Honor gear.
It means nothing to me.
What? Well, you popped off for the AFI that started playing.
That's
which
the entrance.
Yeah, which by the way,
Loved.
absolute banger.
No idea that it was his previous
until
music,
commentary explained it. Which again, commentary did explain it. Wrestling community online, aka people who are weird on Twitter. It got explained by commentary. I don't know why you're being weird about it. See, like
I heard it. I heard them say that, but I didn't know ahead of time.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't need to be like, oh, it confuses and throws off the casual fan.
No,
we have the casual fan to prove it.
Yes. One, I love AFI.
Yeah.
So like,
right?
I didn't even catch it right away. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, what is this?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I know this.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as I heard the voice, I'm like, that's AFI.
Yeah. I saw a good tweet from, I think, everyone's favorite cultaholic, Jack the Jobber, saying, he should just come out to Miss Murder next time just to really confuse people.
Just to screw with people?
Yeah. Just come out to different AFI songs just to really mess with them. No, but yeah, MJF does his usual shtick of playing his opponent's music and then coming out to his music right afterwards, doing the little bait and switch. He did that with Jericho on the Jericho feud that went on for 10 years. And that just went on for a while. But yeah, diving into this match, I mean, it opens up pretty well. So MJF taking an early lead after figuring out,
They were going to have to try to screw this up.
Yes.
Because the story was built so well.
Yes, this was one of the best built matches, I think. This was one of the best builds to a match ever.
And MJF's probably the best heel in the game right now.
I think he is by far, in a way, the best in the world, just in general. His matches always hit. His promos, impeccable.
It's high praise.
Yes, I think he is my current pick for current best wrestler in the world. He is, by all means, the total package. He is, to steal his maybe now dead faction's name, he is the pinnacle of pro wrestling. I really don't know who does everything better than him.
CM Punk.
Well,
I'm just kidding. I missed all of CM Punk's career.
I didn't.
So he's basically, to me, a new wrestler. Mm-hmm. The only time I saw him was when I watched Ghost Hunters. And he was the special, celebrity guest on Ghost Hunters.
At least that's better than your first interaction of him being his UFC career.
This is true.
Because my folks I watch with, one of them is a big UFC guy. So he really only knew CM Punk from his UFC career, which I'm assuming most folks are familiar with. Those who aren't, it wasn't great. Talked a big game and then just got beaten up twice and left forever. So not quite the Brock Lesnar of pro wrestling to UFC to back and forth. Mm-hmm. But yeah,
blood
everywhere.
There was blood.
Yes, CM Punk got busted open pretty wide.
Which we figured, or at least I figured it was going to happen because he just got busted up
the time Wednesday before.
Yeah.
That was basically a guarantee. MJF also bleeding, most likely, to get that blood going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go right to the end.
Yeah, all right, I guess we can.
Because, it was just good stuff in the middle. We don't need to go into detail, really.
No, I suppose not. So MJF just starts shouting for Wardlow, very comically. So Wardlow comes down, Christine suit,
looking good.
Looking like $1 million.
GQ. Front cover.
I would pay money for that. I don't even read magazines. I hardly even read. I'd buy that.
Sharp.
Look at the pictures.
Sharp.
Dressed like $1 million.
Great looking shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was total package.
I was not looking at his shoes personally.
All right then.
Well, I don't know where you're looking. Why you're looking at the man's feet?
I was taking it all in, like a sponge.
Package, like a sponge. Yes, you're. All right.
Can we get back on track, please?
No, absolutely not. So Wardlow comes out looking like $1 million.
GQ.
does a little pat down. He looks at MJF down in the eyes and they're like, oops, I guess I forgot the ring. And CM Punk goes, oh no, or not CM Punk goes, MJF goes, oh no. Turns around into a GTS onto some thumbtacks that he had placed down earlier in the match. Wardlow then, has a nice little moment with CM Punk. He goes, aha.
It's in this pocket. And
Hey.
just sets it gently.
Yep.
On the ring, on the mat. Making eye contact.
With Mr. Punk.
With Punk.
Yes. Who then proceeds to pull on the ring.
Couldn't decide what finger he wanted.
Yep, couldn't decide. It goes on your ring finger, buddy. It's in the name.
It doesn't matter. any finger you want as long as you punch
your middle,
Didn't matter. Pinky,
put
whatever one it
pinky,
fits on.
wrap the chain around his, hand as well. Just,
Smack.
Did what everyone wants to do to MJF, which is just punch him in the face repeatedly. And gets the win. And just gets the win.
Yep. And
which, again, a little surprising. You don't see MJF losing on pay-per-view super duper often. I feel like he usually wins a lot of his pay-per-view matches.
I feel like some people thought maybe MJF would win this and we would go to a third match.
I don't think
Punk
we need a
would
third
win.
match.
Well, not anymore.
Yes. Well, I didn't think going into it either.
No?
But,
Okay. Well,
no, because if you're doing a dog collar match, where do you go from there?
that's a good point.
And that's the issue that MJF's feud with Chris Jericho had, where it's like, well, they did the Blood and Guts match, and now they're going to do the Stadium Stampede, or vice versa. They did Stadium Stampede. You didn't need to do both of those giant 10-man matches. You really only needed to do one, and you should have had MJF win one of those, because he's going to be a world champion one day. Chris Jericho's already had his run with that.
Right.
That's diverging a little bit.
Sure.
But no, strong win. I don't know what's going to be next for CM Punk, though.
I don't either.
Maybe would love to see him make a run for a title. Let him trying his hand at maybe trying to get to the TNT title, try and get his hands on Adam Page, maybe. There's a lot to work with.
Anything he wants, really.
He really could.
He can pick and choose.
He really can.
What he wants to do.
There's a lot for him there.
All right, I'm ready. Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, of course. So then we get in a not very enviable spot on the card.
Oof, yeah.
Sorry. AEW World Women's Champion match between Britt Baker, DMD versus Thunder Rosa. This is the match that I was talking about where maybe not quite delivering on expectations.
And maybe they knew that and that's why they put it there?
Maybe.
But it was just more of the same normal stuff that they've been doing.
Yeah, just normal good wrestling.
Well, with the interference from Hater and other Rebel.
Yes, between Rebel and Hater, and with no one making the rundown for Thunder Rosa, despite
very confusing.
Still, who knows?
I love Britt Baker.
Yes, Britt Baker's really cool.
But
she has good matches all the time.
I got bored in this match.
This match also did not grasp me. Part of it, I think, obviously burnout from just having banger after banger after banger. The whole card was oops, all bangers until this point, really.
Hate to say it, but if you needed a bathroom break,
this was where you're going to take it.
Probably here. Or, some people, the Jade match, probably.
Yeah, one of these two matches.
Because that was after the ladder match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was just, a regular match between Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa. And I think a lot of people have their mindset on, this is where Thunder Rosa is going to, win the title because it's a pay-per-view, and that's when title changes typically happen.
It's time, but...
It's not. Instead, they're going to do it in a week. Sure, and we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But, yeah, otherwise uneventful, and we can move on.
Yeah, to something that was a little bit more eventful. Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley in our We Can't Be Friends Until We Bleed Together match.
Yeah, so Danielson probably best wrestler in the world right now.
In terms of pure raw wrestling ability,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, you don't really watch New Japan, and neither do I really. But
casual opinion.
Yes, casual opinion. I can agree with that.
My casual eyes watched Danielson.
Yes,
and it just looks so pure, breathing for him.
It is by all means.
Yeah.
This is breathing for him.
However, then you have Mox.
You do have Moxley.
Very different style.
Yes.
Also, again, I don't know much of his history either.
Brawler. I do. I read his autobiography recently. It's a really good read. Pick it up, folks. Pick up Mox in local bookstores, etc., etc.
I don't know if he's really a badass in real life.
Yes, he is.
Because I didn't read the book. but it's overplayed, oversold.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Here,
to an extent.
I think you could turn it down a little. Like, it's almost not believable for me. That's why I asked if he's actually a badass in real life.
Yeah.
Because the spastic, like, walk to the ring.
Yeah, that was something
And
that
when
was
he's in the ring.
Yeah, and that's more of like a Dean Ambrose thing, which...
Well, it's not. He hated Dean.
Yeah, I know, but that, that's what Dean Ambrose did. Dean Ambrose did the, like, weird shambling movements and all that stuff, but I think that's just what he does when he's, in his groove and in his element, maybe.
Like, I don't know if that's his character.
Yeah. I think that is his character.
I don't know. I don't.
Because I think
I don't buy it.
He. I feel like it's like a prowling, predating beast. You know what I mean? That's kind of what he's going for with that.
Yeah, it's just too much for me. Maybe. Whereas if he just acted like probably closer to his normal self,
right?
Like would be more of a badass feel for me than like because this to me looks like the guy at the bar that thinks he's tough, but it's not tough.
Okay.
Like I'm not saying that he's not badass in real life. You're telling me his.
Yeah.
I totally believe you. I can see that, but in the ring and what he's doing here, it's oversold so much that's what it reminds me of. A guy at the bar that thinks he's tough, but is not really tough.
Right. Okay.
And so then I can't get into the character.
No, I mean, agree to disagree on that. Just because, I mean, he by all means, walks the talk and talks the walk. I mean, and he does that in the ring too, by all means. Yeah, I mean, he's hard hitting. He's brutal. He is violent. He is,
but
all the things that he needs to be.
It just doesn't
quite click with you right now. Which I mean, it happens.
Because obviously I'm a badass. So like.
Oh yeah, obviously, but unironically though, yes.
But in a subtle way.
Real cheese move, silent like in lasagna.
Sure.
Or something like that. Whatever the rap quote is. But no, really incredible match.
More blood.
More blood. Lots of blood. Love it.
More blood.
More blood. More blood for the blood god.
I didn't see it, but somebody said you could see Danielson blade himself.
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that either. I didn't notice the actual action.
No, but I read it or heard it somewhere that they're like, oh, you can see him do it.
Which, whatever.
I missed it.
So did I. Yeah, this match had a really weird finish.
Oh, don't get me started on that.
Like this
I almost forgot.
Yeah, no, this match had a really bad finish, actually. Like, a really bad finish.
Again, casual fan, I was confused.
I am not a casual fan. I was confused.
And part of it was that maybe the camera angles or whatever, but I distinctly remember, I feel like during the Tay Conti match, there was like a pin or something, but her legs were like under the rope.
Yes.
Not on them, but under and outside the ring.
So the ref,
like, no, you can't do that.
And then that got weird botchy, yes.
And then in this match, I feel like they were close to the ropes, and I thought that Moxley's leg was maybe under the rope, and I'm like, well, didn't they just call that in the last match, saying that you can't do that? And then I didn't know who won.
Yeah, well,
it wasn't clear to me.
Yeah, it was weird because Danielson was very clearly on top of Moxley, and Moxley won. And I still don't know how that happened. You were saying that all four shoulders were technically down, or that's what they were trying to say, maybe?
I don't know.
But even that wouldn't result in Moxley winning. Moxley wins by a questionable means.
It makes me understand why they fought after.
Yes.
Because of the confusion at the end. But I blame that more on the ref.
Yes.
Not calling it correctly.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, I mean, they instantly did play Wild Thing, so I feel like Jon Moxley winning was...
No, I'm sure it was the plan. It just didn't look good.
It did not look correct, but we got Lord William Regal coming to the ring, too.
A man's man.
A man's man. We're bringing that back. To be fair, that entrance music was beautiful. No, but yeah, everyone's favorite British dad coming down to do British dad things by slapping his
NXT?
Yes, also NXT.
So, love that.
Yeah, doing his British dad things by slapping his two misbehaving sons.
Yep, and making them
hug
shake
it
hands
out.
Or whatever.
Hands. Yes. Because they bled together, and now they'll team together. And boy, howdy are they.
Yeah.
Which is a lot exciting to look forward to. Screw it. Have them win the tag titles. Who's going to beat them?
Not a bad idea.
Who's going to beat them?
And I mean, they could go either way with face heel.
Yeah, I mean, tweener right now because Danielson is by all means evil. He
Yes.
just like he is still just kicking people's heads in regardless of if they're heels or not.
I
And
mean,
Moxley is very happy to do Moxley things.
Have them beat up a face, and then boom, they're heels. That's simple as that.
Yeah, and I mean they don't even need to be like necessarily like heels. You can have Moxley just like cutting Moxley promos of just being like, hey, like this is what I'm doing. I'm going to go and win the tag.
People love that.
Yeah,
people love that.
And then Danielson can just be a smarmy asshole heel, and Moxley just doesn't really care because why would he?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Good.
Yeah, because again, who's going to beat them? It's Danielson and Moxley.
Mm-hmm.
Theoretically, what tag team beats them?
I can't think of one right now.
Literally. Like, I don't know. So either they're going to win the tag
combo.
titles, or they're just going to team in perpetuity until they split up.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep rolling.
Yeah, so in the usual kind of dead match, but actually kind of stealing a little bit of glory from the main event, in my opinion, the 6-man tag between the Andrade Hardy Family Office versus Sting, Darby Allin, and the TNT champion Sammy Guevara.
This was my match of the night.
I would not call it my match of the night, but it was by all means the sleeper pick. Like, it was unexpectedly really, really, really good.
Not a bad take.
Very enjoyable.
We could always go with Punk MJF as the match of the night because of the build, and then this one as like the surprise match of the night.
Yeah, I mean, my match of the night is between those two and the tag team title match. Honestly, I really thought that match did a lot of good things.
This match got me to make the loudest audible sound as I was watching.
Yes.
When Grandfather Sting.
Yes, Grandpa Sting.
Got up on the balcony or whatever.
Yes.
And jumped on Andrade through like 3 tables.
It was like 6 tables. It was like a bridge of tables.
I don't know. I didn't count.
I did. I tried to. It
But
was like
I
it was a 4-stack, 5-stack. So did I.
Because that man is 62 years old.
Yes, the second he started making his way up there, I said, "Get back down there! Please do not jump through those tables. God help me."
My heart.
Yeah, no. And then, oh my God, that smash fly between Sammy and Isaiah Cassidy off of the whatever.
Forgot about that.
Also looked like it injured both of them. I'll be honest.
And
I think Isaiah could have been injured because he.
Who knows?
I mean, like he was limping a little bit on Wednesday, and we'll get to that maybe.
The Spanish Fly.
The Spanish Fly is one of the coolest.
Even
moves.
just from normal, it's crazy. So from
off of that giant scaffolding, like through some tables. Let's be real. There was 2 tables, and they only went through one of them, and it looks like they just kind of banged off the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Looked immensely painful. But no, match ends with Darby Allin kind of hitting a
Nope. I'm putting my foot down.
Stop slamming.
He completely missed that coffin drop.
The back of his head hit hard.
No.
To be fair, literally the back of his head hit.
For some reason,
Matt did not want to take that bump.
Matt Hardy rolled away from him.
As it was happening. He did not want to take that bump.
I don't know if because he saw, like, that it was not going to be the solid, like, thing it should be.
Yeah.
So he was like, I'm not taking a risk, and rolled away. But, I mean, he completely missed it. And I honestly don't know what you do when that happens.
I mean, I think he did the thing that you have to. He just went for the pin.
But again, that
I know.
Amazing everything, and then the finisher to end the match.
Yeah, a couple matches in a row with weird finishes.
Myths.
Yeah.
Complete myths. And again, then it takes me out of it. Luckily, I mean, it was the end of the match, but still, and I was like, ugh. After all that crazy stuff, this ended it. Ugh.
Yeah, but no, Matt Hardy taking the pin, setting up some story stuff that we will talk about in our AEW Dynamite recap.
And you know I love Darby.
Yes, we do love Darby. I have
such a sweet story.
Yes. And just an incredible in the ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunate that he missed the coffin drop. And some people were like, why didn't he go to the other ring?
Yeah, to be fair, there was a turnbuckle that was objectively closer that he really could have done it.
My thought is maybe like
camera angles.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe he had to do it from that one because of the shot that he wanted to set up.
Yeah, because I feel like this is not the first time where he goes to a very far away turnbuckle to do the coffin drop. Like, further than what makes sense. It's like when Jericho goes for the lion salt sometimes. He goes to a...
Yeah.
And it happened in the Eddie Kingston match a little bit. He kind of hit him with his legs and not, cleanly.
I don't know if Hardy could have
rolled
conveniently, rolled closer.
He definitely could have
without it being too obvious. Whereas the miss was very obvious.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have seen Matt Hardy just kind of start rolling over towards.
But then, like I said, other than
just have Darby drag him over,
missing and pinning, I don't know if you miss and then drag him closer and do it again. Like I think whatever you do,
I think pinning him is the only thing that, because doing it again would have been
whatever you do is you missed.
I think hitting him again with it would not have been the ideal play. It would have been weird.
But again, that was a hype match.
It was a very hype match, and the
ending did not detract. Elevated.
Yes,
I was pumped up after that. I told you I was screaming.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then
Then what happens? We go to the main event.
Yes, the main event that probably shouldn't have been the main event if we're looking at this card. It probably should have went to the dog collar match, but I respect that AEW puts their world championship on last regardless of the build.
I'm okay with that. But Adam vs. Adam
was fine.
Intro. Spartan armor.
Yes,
Halo. Love
Halo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big fan.
Yes.
I like in pay-per-views when they alter their
when they have special
intros.
Ring gear.
Yeah, special ring gear, different music or
live music.
Stuff. Yeah. So
that was always the cool part about the NXT takeovers is that everyone who was special or worth something would get special entrance music.
Right.
Shinsuke had 5 different extra special things. Bobby Roode would always have something weird.
Yeah.
Malachi Black had live music at one point. Good stuff all around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The match itself, it wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. I from listening to Cornette and stuff like that, said it was kind of like a what do you call it? Like an independent.
Oh, just like an indie show match.
Yeah, like an indie show match. Because for me, it was
well, maybe
it was like special move, and
that's kind of just Adam Cole matches, though.
But everyone's getting up right away. And
you
just took a tombstone pile driver.
Yeah,
that's a finisher, and you get right up.
Yeah,
or even the super kicks, they're way overused.
Well, super kicks aren't a finisher anymore.
No, but there's it's still
and that's a '90s thing for you.
Jump up.
Super kicks are not finishers anymore. They are spicy moves. They're spicy, powerful moves that do things to pop the crowd.
And then Adam Cole hits all of his finishers.
Yes.
And Paige kicks up.
Yeah, well, because, and
it was explained to me through the commentators that he rushed. And normally, he pulls his knee pad down.
Yes, so that it's an
you want me to buy that? You want me to buy that? That's the reason why.
The knee pads, the pads, or the things they are padded. So you could make the argument that he didn't really hit him with the point of his knee, so it wasn't a clean strike. And also, you can kick out of a finisher.
Yes, you can.
But to be fair, Adam Page got hit by 3 super kicks, the running knee twice almost, and a Panama Sunrise, I think, in that whole sequence. Yeah. Which I feel like the Panama Sunrise should be a lot more protected than it is. IMO.
Mm-hmm.
Destroyer should probably not be. Mid match moves, they look painful as hell.
Yeah. And then the other stuff is he took his belt and tied him to the rope.
Yeah.
How's that not a DQ?
Why would it be a DQ? What was it?
So you're saying I can just tie someone to the rope then during a match?
The ref is gonna untie them, and
he didn't. He didn't do a goddamn thing.
Okay, well the ref is supposed to. The ref is supposed to untie him.
He didn't do anything. He stood there and watched.
Well, did he start a 4 count, 5 count? I don't fully remember.
I can't tell you.
I would have to imagine the ref did a 5 count.
I don't think he did a damn thing.
Okay, well I think the ref is supposed to do a 5 count and untie him.
He just watched it happen. He didn't untie him.
Well, listen, the AEW refs are not. The AEW refs are not great. Besides Audrey and Paul Turner.
Again,
and Bryce Remsburg.
I know I'm hypercritical with some little detail stuff.
Yes, but that's one of them for you. I don't see how that's a DQ.
Because something else happened in that match too.
Yeah. Someone went through a table.
A table, and I'm like,
there was a table spot in one of these matches.
I think it was this one. I was like, how is that not a DQ as well?
Because I remember explaining people go through the ring announce table all the time, and that's not a DQ. The ref just continues the 10 count.
I don't know
tables
the rules.
aren't, because so long as you don't hit someone with the table, you're not hitting them with a foreign object, and that's the rule. If you want to be really pedantic with it, I'm fine with the table spots happening.
I thought it was like Paige is the good guy,
Mhm.
but he did a bunch of bad guy stuff. I feel like,
Right. Well,
and so then that doesn't sit with me either. Like,
well,
you
I
have
mean,
a heel, you have a face, and once the face starts doing heel stuff, then you get confused as to who you're supposed to be rooting for.
Right. I mean, yeah, I mean, you had Page doing some weird things. I mean, he, literally grabbed Alex Reynolds, one of his Dark Order buddies, and just, like, threw him into Red Dragon, I think. And, yeah, and again, we'll talk about that with our Dynamite coverage. But, yeah.
Speed through this. Pick up the pace.
Speed through it, yeah.
Okay, we had to take a little break because the laptop was about to die.
Yes. In that time frame, we did watch AEW Rampage.
Yes.
It was fun.
Yeah. So we finished the pay-per-view.
Yes. For the most part.
We're going to run through Dynamite quick, and then I think that's it.
Yeah.
But before we get to that...
Yes. Intermission time.
Intermission, non-wrestling, randomness.
Insert funky music.
Okay. Have you seen or heard about the Joro spider?
This is the spider that is supposedly going to parachute across the American Northeast and Southeast.
So
I've heard a little bit about this. I've heard a little bit to calm fears, but tell me about what you've heard.
So I don't like spiders.
No, let's do in this place.
It's not so much that like I'm afraid they're gonna bite me.
Right.
It's more of they just give me the creeps.
I mean,
like,
it's a being with 8 legs.
It's
8 legs, and they're
like
spindly, and yeah, understandable.
I see gross spider, I want to cry.
Right.
Or throw up.
Or both.
Or both.
Cry, seethe, cope.
This Joro spider is from Japan. It's invading.
Yes.
Or has.
I will say
in Georgia.
Yes.
And I thought maybe it was like a clickbait article thing.
It mostly is.
Because when I did read one of the articles, it was like, within the next 5 to 10 years, it'll make its way up the East Coast.
Yes.
But then I also read another one where it's like, this summer, coming to your backyard,
starring Rob Schneider as
parachuting, hand-sized, spiders that allegedly don't have fangs big enough to bite you.
Only the babies parachute, from what I've heard.
Oh, okay.
That's that only the babies travel by parachute. And the adult spiders do adult spider things. They skitter across the ground like little Elden Ring demons.
Gross,
you know what I mean?
Still.
Yeah,
like, I was imagining like these hand-sized spiders just floating through the air, and I was going to be out there with like a baseball bat and just
I mean, we could do that.
Sending them to the back and just gone forever.
I mean, that'd be also fun, I guess. Yes.
Because like they said there's no chance of this, but like just imagining walking outside
and it's just raining spiders.
And like one just the breeze picks up and the parachuter just plants you right in the face.
Like something right alien.
That is the end of me because I will take my fist and just smash my face
as hard as humanly possible.
Fist through the back of my skull.
Yeah, I'd probably just shoot myself in the face with a gun to kill me and the spider.
It depends what's in my hands, but like that's probably what's gonna happen. Spider face, fist, back of the skull.
I think I'd light myself on fire. I think I would set myself on fire.
That's the end. That's the end. You can't recover.
I've had spiders on my face before. I hate it.
Oh my god! I tell you what. This one time, I was walking into a garage.
Yes.
Where I was out in like, there was a light.
Yeah.
And walking into the darkness of the garage before I hit the light to the garage.
Right.
I had glasses on, thank God.
But that is the nice part about getting spiders on your face.
Directly through a web with like 3 spiders were like on my glasses, and I just did this. Yeet!
Yeah.
And my glasses went flying across the garage.
Yep.
And it
worked.
Glasses.
Yes.
It worked, but I was calm about it.
Yeah.
It was gross, but I stayed calm under pressure.
Right.
I knew my only course of action was to just launch my glasses off my face into the ether.
Yes. To ensure that no spider stuck around.
Exactly.
Yes, that's terrifying. That sounds horrible.
This sounds
I've only had to deal with one at a time.
Listen, they're one of the probably one of the only reasons that I remain here in the North Kingdom.
In the North Country.
Is because there's no giant spiders.
There are no giant spiders.
But you're telling me within the next 5 years
we're gonna get big old Japanese spiders.
I might as well move to a warmer climate because it don't matter anymore.
You could always just continue moving north. You could hit Canada.
It's not a bad idea. But
You could really just go north.
But I hate the cold. It's just
it's cold.
no
it's
giant
miserable.
spiders. So
No giant spiders. Wait until we start getting the winter spiders. We get the adaptation. We get thriving cold spiders.
I'm not doing that.
It's not possible.
Okay, the other thing
Right.
I want to bring up
New segment 2
is that I just learned this.
Mm-hmm.
Is one of the bands that I've enjoyed in my years.
Okay.
My Chemical Romance.
Yes.
Touring.
MCR.
Coming close by.
Yes.
Minimum ticket was like $175.
Which
Go to lunch. Go to lunch.
It is the year of our Lord 2022.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a lot of money to spend for seeing MCR live in the year 2022. Well past their prime.
Any scenario where would do that.
I don't know how many bands I'd pay $200 for flat to see. Like, you know what I mean?
I've seen them.
And you have seen them.
In the past.
Yes.
When
it mattered.
Here's my braggadocious.
Yeah, here's your street cred.
I saw them. I don't remember the year. But I saw them at a place called Saratoga Winners.
Yes.
Which no longer exists.
Mm-hmm.
It burned to the ground.
Oh, cool.
Questionable means as to why or how it burned to the ground.
Very pop punk.
Sketch place. Anyways.
Always a good place to go.
I went there. I don't even think I went there to see My Chemical Romance. I think they were headlining, but maybe Coheed was playing before them or something.
Coheed is really good.
Yeah.
Coheed's really good.
And I think I only went because the girl I was seeing wanted to go. And so I was like, sure.
Me with Cora and Alice in Chains.
It was the CD release party for 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge. That's how I got the CD.
Which is sick. That was my
introduction to My Chemical Romance.
And look at you now, you emo goth.
I've always been emo since
Yeah.
Listen, the emo scene has been around since the late '90s, people.
Technically, if you want to be real stingy about it, goth has been around since the '80s.
Oh yeah, goth is
eternal.
Yeah, goth is eternal.
Sisters of Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My girlfriend is residential goth historian. We'll get her on here eventually.
Yes.
This is Kelsey's goth segment.
But yeah,
regardless,
AFI Alkaline Trio, they were in the '90s.
Yeah.
In the '90s, they were.
Yeah, emo started in late '90s.
Emo-ish. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, not paying that.
No, not in the year of our Lord 2022.
I'm older now. I prefer a much smaller setting, anyways.
Sure, yeah.
Than these kind of stadium-ish tours.
Yeah, I mean, I've never done a real stadium concerts in general. I mean, really, just SPAC.
I like basement shows, basically.
Yeah, basement shows are cool. There's a lot of spots up.
Or shows at Denny's.
Shows at Denny's, yes. Open mic night is the best concert to go to.
Okay, that's my
that's your news of the day.
That's my I just need to get this off my my mind, my chest segment.
Yeah.
On to Dynamite.
Moving on. I don't get to have opinions.
No.
Yeah, we're taking it home.
Dynamite.
Dynamite opens with Chris Jericho coming down. Juice in my mind. Juice in my mind.
Juice in my mind.
Yes, juicing up. That's not juice, that's coffee. Yeah, the people at home. Oh no. Jericho comes out, cuts a promo, about how at the pay-per-view I wasn't able to shake your hand, yada yada yada. Calls out Eddie Kingston to come down. Eddie Kingston comes out, cuts a very good promo, shuts down the what chant.
Almost tears up during it.
Tears up, shuts down the what chant because one or two idiots in the crowd decided to try and what chant Eddie Kingston. Imagine trying to do that to one of the best promos in the game. Wouldn't be me. Shuts that down. Says, Jericho, you need this handshake more than I do. Jericho offers the handshake. Accepts it. 2.0 runs down to do their 2.0 shtick. Jericho turns on Eddie Kingston, and we have the Outer Circle featuring Jericho 2.0, Daniel Garcia, and Jake Hager, who did an incredible acting job at pretending like he didn't know what he was going to do.
He's
Jake
looking
Hager.
Good, though.
He is looking yoked.
He is looking like he's ready to go back to MMA.
Well, he probably has a fight coming up. I think he has a bare knuckle or something coming up with John Jones.
Jeez.
Assuming that John Jones is not currently in jail for one of his many, many, many crimes. Okay, you know what? Here's my side tangent. Cain Velasquez getting arrested for attempted murder.
I did hear about that.
Yeah.
There was
He
not
shot
a babysitter, but like a daycare.
Daycare, yes.
But like not like a legit daycare, like an at-home daycare.
Yes, person.
And like the son of the daycare person allegedly did bad things
to a niece or a nephew, a young family member.
Basically.
So Cain Velasquez decided shooting them would be the best option, which...
Guy got arrested. They sent him home on bail and like an ankle bracelet.
Okay.
He was going to get the ankle bracelet with like the parents.
Okay, I didn't get this deep into it.
I think Velasquez shot at the vehicle and
hit
actually
hit the father. Or the stepfather, I think it was.
Yeah.
So he's in for attempted murder.
Right.
Which, I mean, he was shooting at a diddler, so...
But he did hit...
But he did hit a person who was not the diddler.
Involved, yeah.
So, legally speaking, he has to go to jail. Morally speaking, you can debate
crime
that
of passion.
Yourselves. Yes, crime of passion. So, hopefully not life in prison, because that would be a little bit much.
Yeah, I don't
know. I don't know the legal system of Nevada. Not our knowledge. But
we'll just have to see how that plays out.
Yeah, it was very fun seeing the MMA community rally around Cain Velasquez. But that's my side.
I digress.
We digress. Yep. So we get the formation of the Jericho Appreciation Society, JAS Jazz.
I'm never gonna remember that.
I'm just calling them the Outer Circle. It's just
the Jericho Appreciation Society of America.
Yes, Jazza.
Jazza.
They could have been called the Inner Circle 2.0.
That's not bad.
Because, like, he's with 2.0 now.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yes. Yes, it does.
I have no problem with
However, I'm happy with Jericho being heel again. I think he works better as a heel.
Yeah, that kind of
I like him having a faction. I like Daniel Garcia a lot.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good.
Good to see that 2.0 is not going to get lost in the shuffle of just, like, a million good signings as well.
Right, or the tag team shuffle, because there's just a million tag teams.
Exactly. So glad to see 2.0 will be doing things, and Jake Hager is perfectly fine where he is.
I have a side note that we haven't quite gotten to yet.
Okay.
I'll save it. Okay. No, I'll wait.
All right. I'm happy we're getting Eddie Kingston and P&P as well. Santana and Ortiz. They're just a good group together. Yeah. So yeah, that'll be solid. That'll be good. Mm-hmm. All right. Then we had the match between Hangman Adam Page and Dante Martin for the World Championship. This match was really, really good.
I like Dante Martin, but I
love Dante Martin.
Checked out of this because
really,
yeah, because like one, there's no way Page was gonna lose.
Yeah, no way Dante was.
So I already know the winner.
Okay, sure.
And there's no heat. There's no
build. There's
no reason for me to care about this.
I mean, yeah,
it is two good guys.
I mean, just I don't know. I was able to just sit back and enjoy the pure spectacle of the match. You know.
Very different styles and stuff. We like seeing Martin flip around, but yeah, I just kind of was like, this does nothing for me.
I thought it was a good match. Apparently it went short.
Oh yeah, the timing of this episode was weird.
Yeah, and yeah, we'll talk about that with a couple different segments here. But yeah, the timing of the show was weird. Apparently, according to reports online, this match went short, which I think is also partially why Adam Page cut a kind of weird promo afterwards, and then Adam Cole came out. I don't know if that was intentional or not. I feel like it probably was just because Adam Cole came out afterwards. Maybe the plan was just to have Dante lay around at ringside like folks do after they lose. I don't know. But Adam Cole comes out, cuts his best promo he's had since signing with the company, in my opinion. It's good to see him actually laser focused on the title and actually being serious. I feel like he's kind of been missing that these past few weeks with the build with Hangman. So glad this feud's continuing. We'll see how long they want to keep it going for, and we'll see where it goes. I mean, we'll talk a little bit later on about that as well, but yeah, no, this could go to a couple of different places, and I'm hoping we get a better match between them.
I'm sure we will.
And I mean, yeah, we most likely will. All right, so next it was Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley versus the Workhorsemen, Anthony Green and JD Drake.
See, I was a little more interested in this one.
Okay.
Just because Danielson and Mox together is something new.
Is murderously good, yes.
And I figured they were just going to squash the Workhorses, but...
and to be fair, they basically did.
But no, they got some offense.
Yeah,
I thought it was going to be real quick squash, and...
Nah, JD Drake is real good.
Yeah, I have no idea who they are.
Oh, I think just before you started getting, like, weekly watching, JD Drake had a good main event against... Darby Allin for the TNT title during his run.
Oh.
Yeah, that was like J.D. Drake's first match with the company. Then he joined the Wingmen. He's in the same faction with Cesar Bononi, the one very big guy Wardlow fought.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, big jacked man. Yes. But yeah, no.
Yeah, I was a little bit more interested, even though I knew who was going to win again. But I thought it was going to be a good squashing.
Yeah, and it was for the most part. Then we got a 2-hour William Regal promo, which I am fine with. I love my British dad.
It was impassioned.
It was impassioned.
Speech. There was emotion to it. Real emotion. There was realness to it.
He talked about how much he loves his son, Bryan Danielson.
Yes.
And then he mentioned John Moxley once.
Yeah.
He was like,
Moxley is
a violent son bitch.
We've both been through some things.
Yeah.
So we're cool.
Yeah, hey, they had a feud back in the end of the Florida Championship Wrestling days. Like they were the very last match for that. So
I felt like Regal just had a lot of stuff he wanted to
talk about,
get out, to air out.
Yes.
So I feel like he got it off his chest and he's ready to buckle down now.
Yeah, again, talking about timing, this segment apparently ran long, funny enough.
It felt like it ran long.
I was thinking this is going on a little bit too long. Again, not complaining because William Regal, but
I'll listen to him all day.
Yeah, all same, and enraptured the whole time. You know, I could just listen to that man talk for hours on end. Yeah, I'm great. Looking forward to the Talk with Jericho episode with him coming out soon. That'll be a good listen, folks at home. Yeah, so that's that. Danielson and Mox, we'll see more of what they're doing in the weeks to come.
Right, maybe they have more people, make a faction.
I'll say they might make the Supreme Violence faction.
Who knows?
I'll say next Wednesday they're going to be fighting Wheeler Yuta, Chuck Taylor, so maybe they'll try and recruit young Wheeler Yuta.
And that transitions into the next match.
Yeah, speaking of Pac versus Wheeler Yuta, originally scheduled for an AEW Dark episode, now moved on to Wednesday night's show because timing, I guess. Again, according to online reports.
I don't think I've ever seen Yuta win.
Because he wins on Dark occasionally and in multi-mans occasionally.
I have.
He's a good
dabbled into Dark once or twice. Just when I'm really bored or
just have the spare time.
Yeah, or want to see some
wrestling.
AEW wrestling.
There's some hidden good matches on Dark.
Yeah.
It's just that half the matches it's a you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I kind of checked out of this one too. Like Wheeler Yuta does nothing for me. I'm sorry, he's boring.
It's not that he's boring. It's
boring.
It's not that he's boring. It's that he doesn't have anything yet. It's that he's new to everything. I feel like I don't know.
Every time he's on TV, and my eyeballs see him lose.
He has personality that doesn't come through in the ring sometimes.
Well, it's kind of important.
It is important, but I think that's something that can be worked on now. I think he has potential to be fun and enjoyable.
I'll take your word for it.
And he's athletic. He's by all means athletic, which is kind of, one of the more things.
His moves look weak to me. Like, I'm just not a fan.
He's a prospect, Okay. And Pac is Pac.
Pac is a bastard.
Pac is a bastard.
Bastard Pac.
He is. He has very strange ears
and hair.
He has a weird face. He has a strange face.
I
like him.
He's good.
Yeah, he's very good. I'm just saying he's got weird ears.
Okay, let's speed it up. Let's go.
Yes. Adam Cole backstage segment. Adam Cole, Young Bucks, Red Dragon. Adam Cole talks about how he's going to choose his best friends in the whole world, someone who really gets under Adam Page's skin. And the Young Bucks recused themselves, saying, like, hey, we said, like, we're not going to do anything with Hangman. Like, that's your thing. Adam Cole pivots and says, well, I wasn't going to choose you anyways, you schmucks. I'm picking my best friend's Red Dragon. Not exactly what he says, but that's what's implied. And then we get a little bit of tension between all of them, and then it cuts away, and someone insults Brandon Cutler. Lovely.
Yeah, I mean, kind of see the setup here. That the Young Bucks probably will go with Adam Page at some point. Yeah,
we're going to get a Bucks face turn at some point, which is fine. I think they work well as face or heels. They're just good. Now we get to the part where things feel a little weird.
Janky?
Yes. So FTR cuts a promo about family and wanting to hunt down Red Dragon and the Young Bucks.
Didn't make any sense to me.
And then Tully is like, hey, no, we partnered together to get you guys championships, and that's the only thing that matters. Family's important, but championships. And then they just fired Tully Blanchard for a reason, I guess. So I'm saying FTR face turn with a Bill question mark.
It was really just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, it felt very forced.
I can understand to
I
extent.
want to fight these guys because something about my family, and no, you want to get championships belts, so you should fight these guys. And then, hey, we
It's
don't
about
need
family.
you.
Yeah.
We're family, you're not.
Bye.
You're fired.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? These guys have been together now for how long? And this is how they just separate?
Think... Oh, there's a lot of speculation going on around online. They're thinking, they might bring Bret Hart in.
I saw that, yeah.
Which, I mean, if they do, that'd be honestly insane.
We
Getting
do
Bret
have
Hart.
the Owen Hart whatever tournament thing coming up, right?
That starts in May.
Exciting.
That'll be starting at the Long Island show. I believe that's like the May 18th, 21st, 13th, one of those May dates.
So
we could be getting Bret Hart soon. That'd be cool. There was speculation about Tully going and managing someone else, and I've already forgotten who.
I have no idea.
But yeah, no, I hope they keep Tully around because I think he's a really good manager, and I think he could probably elevate some good young talent. I just don't know who yet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sticking with, I don't know who yet. Someone who can't speak.
There's plenty.
Then there are a lot of people that could be.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, moving on. We get a long segment with the Andrade Hardy family office.
I have a question about that.
Okay.
We're doing the thumbs up, thumbs down thing.
Yes.
Everyone's voting.
Yes.
Why didn't Butcher and Blade vote?
Because when they set up the Andrade Hardy family office, they said, all right, so Andrade and Jose each get a vote. Matt Hardy gets a vote. And then because Private Party were the founding members with Matt Hardy, they both get votes.
Well, at least they weren't in a stairwell this time.
The Butcher and Blade are just kind of hired guns, so they're not getting votes.
Sure.
They genuinely did explain that the first week they formed, so fair enough.
I'm not gonna remember that in their hallway meetings.
Yeah.
I usually tune that out when they're in their hallway meetings, unless the bunny's there.
Listen, all right, we know how you feel.
I love the bunny.
Yes. The bunny's really cool.
I love the bunny.
She's our tribal chief. Acknowledge her, etc., etc.
She's my favorite.
She's very cool. So we get the classic, you get the thumbs up from Private Party, and then, Matt Hardy's like, see, it's all good. And then the Private Party do they're smiling, and they frown, and they go. And for folks who are listening to audio, I did the thing that they did, frowned and then did thumbs down. Andrade is like, oh, that's why you gotta always watch your back.
Andrade with marbles in his mouth, and you can never understand what he says.
Yeah. I mean, that's why it was nice having Chavo managing him for a while. But
I feel like he's doing it on purpose a little bit.
I feel like his English was fine when he was with WWE.
Okay, yeah, me too.
I don't remember not having.
I didn't have any trouble understanding him before, I thought.
Yeah.
And now in this persona?
Because even in NXT he didn't talk a lot. He mainly had Zelina Vega doing his promos, but he could still speak. I remember him in NXT before having Zelina Vega when he was a bland babyface.
I feel like he's playing it up.
He could be. It'd be, which I mean, is a fine way to generate heat, I guess. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, I can't understand what he's saying. There's a certain subset of the crowd that's hears accent and they think thoughts.
Sure.
I guess.
Sure.
So there are probably people out there, but anyways.
Attack.
Yes, Matt Hardy is getting a mud hole stomped into him. Outcome: Darby Allin and Sting. Oh no, the numbers game is still not quite in their favor.
Yes, the math was not correct.
Yes, the math is not correct. Classic baby faces run out and still get beat up because they don't know how to count. Until some very, very classic nostalgic music hits.
It gets stuck in my head every time I hear it.
And it does get stuck in our heads every time we hear it. And we do the and we do the dance. All right, we're clipping that forever.
That was hilarious when he's running to the ring. He has to stop and
does his dance as he's kind of shuffling down to the ring.
He'll be fine. I'll get there eventually.
Whatever. He knows Matt better than anyone. He can take a couple extra shots. It's fine. Mm-hmm. It's fine. Comes down, makes the save, big pop.
Does
crowd
all the
goes
things.
wild. Does all the Jeff Hardy things. It's one of the better swantons he's hit in the past couple of years.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's ready.
Good angle. Good
torque. Limbered up.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, he's had a lot of time to get back into the swing of things. They'll be wrestling in our neck of the woods this coming weekend.
So, probably best part of the show.
Oh, gosh, yeah. We get a quick interview segment with Tony Schiavone and Swerve, setting up a match for Rampage. Tony Nese versus Swerve Strickland.
We like Swerve. We like to see that.
And I like Tony Nese. I think he's cool. Then we get Wardlow's World. War Daddy, back again.
War Daddy.
Yes, coming out saying he's still technically under contract with MJF. He'd like to apologize for all the shitty things he had to do for him. Says, like, hey, like, I had to feed my family, man. Like,
yeah,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
Wardlow speak much.
No,
usually he just stares at people.
This is really the first promo that he has really cut in AEW.
So I feel like it was solid.
Yeah, no, for like
he had to do a lot of kind of backstory explaining as to like the whys and the whats. Mm-hmm. And I think he covered the bases well.
Yeah, I think he covered who he is and what he is very, very well. He set forth his goals of just eating up all the championships he can, which is cool. I like that. He gets a match against Scorpio Sky. Spoiler alert. Well, we're getting to that anyways. Coming up on this coming Wednesday Dynamite, will he win or will MJF come out and do fun MJF things to him? Who knows? We're guessing MJF does fun MJF things. Let's see. We get another backstage segment with Tony Schiavone and Keith Lee. QT comes over and says, like, hey, I also don't like Taz. And Keith Lee goes, cool, bye.
No. And he's like,
hey, like,
we can
have your
back. And Keith Lee's like, I've got a very wide back.
My back is pretty big. I think I've got it.
You know what?
Gotta love Keith Lee.
Keith Lee, do you know what he sounds like to me?
Who does Keith Lee sound like?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
You know what? I can see that. He has just a very
smooth,
silky, clean voice.
Yeah.
Like, that's the type of voice I could, like, go to bed listening to. Like, I would like Keith Lee to pick me up in his big, strong, muscly arms, hold me,
just rock you to sleep.
Just yes. Hold me in his big.
Just tell you a story.
To steal, to paraphrase and steal a quote from some friends of mine. I want Keith to hold me in his big muscly arms so I don't have to feel again.
Alright.
Yes. He is very big. Okay. He could just rock me to sleep and I'd be happy.
And tell you a nice story in his voice.
He could.
About the universe.
Mm-hmm.
The cosmos.
The juxtaposition of the cosmosis.
I feel like with that, like, very soft speaking voice or whatever, the gimmick should have been kind of like a
Jekyll and Hyde.
You got it. You
Look
knew exactly where
our brains are connected. We're passing the brain cell
Bruce
back and
Banner, Incredible Hulk thing. Like, he can have his, like, gentle speaking, blah, blah, blah. But then, like,
Murder Man.
Yeah, but then once he's in the ring or someone, gets him angry, then he's that other persona.
Yes.
And then you don't have to hear complaints about, like, his voice being too soft.
Yeah, I don't. Or as Vince McMahon put it, you sound too smart.
No wonder I think he sounds like Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Right. You're not the only one.
I want my wrestlers dumb. That was my Vince.
Beautiful. All right, we're gonna bring that back for a simple thing. That's gonna be a character. Our Vince. Every show has to have their version of Vince. And ours, I guess, is going to be J.K. Simmons from the original Spider-Man movies. I want pictures of Spider-Man. Moving on.
Let's go.
All right. Jurassic Park versus Jurassic Express versus the Acclaimed. The Acclaimed come out, drop some hot bars about gas prices and Jungle Boy staying down and all that fun stuff. Really solid match, actually. A lot better than I expected. The Acclaimed are a very solid tag team. Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus. I mean, we've kind of already talked about how much we like them, but
Ass Boys were in the crowd.
The Ass Boys were in the crowd. Shouts to the Ass Boys.
But I don't think they did anything. I think
they
were
just there. They were just hanging out. They were just hanging out. Yeah. Shouts to the Ass Boys. They love being called the Ass Boys too.
Do they?
No. No. Their whole Twitter bit is, please, their whole thing on Twitter is like, please stop calling us the ass boys.
But Danhausen has cursed you forever.
Yes, they're forever the ass boys. Yeah, nope, half their Twitter interactions are just them begging Nyla Rose to stop calling them the ass boys.
Not gonna happen.
And Nyla Rose just continually making edits of them being the ass boys.
Love it.
Yes.
That's them.
Yes.
They should just run with that.
I mean, I think they have ass boys merch.
So there you go.
Because I think they were like, all right, now that we've trademarked it and made merch of it, you legally cannot...
Now that we're making money off of it.
No, now that we legally have it, you can't call us the ass boys legally. And they're still getting called.
I think I can.
Yeah, right? However, it's like Taz saying that Ruby Soho stole his gimmick because she has an orange shirt.
Yeah, that's a stretch.
Yes, it was.
That's a stretch.
Yeah. Because her shirt is orange and black. Yeah. It's a cool looking shirt, honestly. I like it a lot.
So I don't like it.
I like the orange shirt with her doing the screaming into the mic.
I wouldn't wear it.
Well, okay, neither would I, but I'm saying I like the design.
Look.
There's okay. About half of the wrestling shirts that exist are not wearable in public.
This is true.
Like the pro wrestling tees. People who are in charge of this. I just want you to think about what people wear in public when you are making merch. Like, give me, and we were talking about this during Rampage tonight. Mm-hmm. Give me what Ricky Starks wears. Make that line of wrestling merch, and we can't get into that right now. We have a lot of thoughts about Ricky Starks, and they're all very funny. That's going to be next
time
episode we do this.
We gotta wrap.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up. Yeah, good match. Jurassic Express goes over. Jungle Boy gets the finish. Solid match, and we'll see what they do from there. Yes. Layla Hirsch, Thunder Rosa in a match together. It was okay.
Easily predicted.
Yes. Sets up a match between Layla Hirsch and Red Velvet. That'll probably be on next week's Rampage, probably. I'd imagine next week's Dynamite's looking pretty stacked. Throw that on a Rampage.
I can't stand Red Velvet.
Really?
I'd rather watch AQA. I don't know how you pronounce that.
Yeah, it's AQA.
I prefer her.
I also like AQA, but I like Red Velvet too. I like them both. I think they're.
I have to see more though. I haven't seen enough to make a real judgment.
Yeah, of course. I think both are solid. AQA really impressed in her debut match with Cargill.
Yeah, she carried her.
Yeah, hey now.
Listen, she was trained by none other than Booker T. That's true.
It's true. Shucky ducky quack quack, moment of the night, etc., etc. Insert Toriano fan account memes here. Only a few people on Twitter are gonna get that one. So yeah, solid match. Thunder Rosa goes over. She's gonna be getting a cage match versus Britt Baker, DMD.
So, girlfriend watched that match with me?
Mm-hmm.
And saw Layla?
Yes.
And saw her height?
Yes, she is a short person comparatively to the rest of the division.
Until she pointed it out to me, I didn't really notice that much. I mean, I knew she was short, but I didn't really think of it.
She is by all means yeah.
But then, of course, she had to look it up. Mm-hmm. And I think 4'10".
Yeah, I also think I remember hearing that or seeing that she was billed as 4'10". That's impressive, so, honestly.
I don't have any other comments on it.
Yeah, no, that's just genuinely impressive.
Yeah.
Brings us to our main event. Sammy Guevara versus Scorpio Sky for the TNT Championship. Pause.
Sammy came out.
Yes.
Wearing a vest.
The Inner Circle vest.
But it wasn't. They made sure to comment.
Okay.
Excalibur, whoever.
Yeah, Excalibur usually is on top of making corrections on commentary.
Yeah, basically it was like, oh, that's not an Inner Circle vest. That's just a Sammy vest.
Sure.
And
it was not. It was an Inner Circle. But I mean, he made a point to take it off and leave it on the ramp. So I think he was saying goodbye to it or something. That's the symbolism I got from it.
No, I just saw him come out in it, and I'm like, why is he wearing the Inner Circle?
I also was like, why is he wearing an Inner Circle jacket?
So right off the rip, I'm already not focused on the match.
Right.
And I'm thinking about the vest.
And it's not like the match immediately grabs you anyways, because they do a table spot where Sammy Guevara just eats it through a table.
They had me. I wasn't sure if he was really hurt or not.
Yeah, no, I was watching this match with my girlfriend as well. We both instantly picked up. You can tell he's looking up at one of the doctor guys, and he's mentioning, you can see him mouth or say, oh, there's something in my eye.
Oh.
At least that's what her and I figured. And then he started to, actually sell his ribs, and we were both like, oh, no, he's, actually hurt. But at first, her and I thought, oh, did he get something in his eye? Because, he was blinking a lot, and, It sounded like he was it looked like his mouth was saying something with his eye.
Flip a bunch of times.
He did a 450 onto the table.
On its table on the outside.
And he went back first.
Back hit like completely flat.
Yeah.
And you can see after the fact his back was all red.
Yeah.
So it had to hurt.
And I mean, that's after taking a rough Spanish fly through some tables.
A couple nights before.
Yeah, literally 3 nights beforehand. Yeah. So not like he was feeling great in the first place. So Ty Conti runs out, is like, oh my god, my boyfriend is dead.
Yeah.
My boyfriend is crab dance. Eventually, he does the classic babyface thing. He's going up the ramp, and then he's like, no, I'm going to go back in there. He goes back in there, and
I somehow missed that. I don't know what I was doing.
It was in the picture-in-picture.
Oh, see, because I don't watch the picture-in-picture.
Yeah.
I look at my phone. It's too small. I'm old. I have glasses. I don't see so well. You're going to make a little screen for me to look at?
You're calling yourself old after you whispered your age right here in the middle of this episode? Okay.
I already had to watch the pay-per-view on my phone. My eyes are strained. I can't watch picture-in-picture.
All right.
And no sound. You give me I gotta hear like a bounty commercial.
Oh my god, bounty.
I don't know. What wrestling's going on?
Some dominoes. You're getting distracted.
I go right to my phone.
The Popeyes comes on.
And I miss anything that happens in picture-in-picture.
Yeah, I think that mainly happened in picture-in-picture. I think they cut back just as he was going to run back into the ring, so you're probably still in phone line. I don't know. So yeah, he fights back into the fight, puts up a valiant fight. Eventually the numbers game kind of catches up to him. Paige Van Zant and Ethan Page provide enough leeway for Scorpio Sky to hit his finish and win the TNT title. I did not think he was going to win the match.
That's what I like about this TNT title is you kind of
changes
never know
very randomly.
You
for
don't
the most
know
part.
when. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, there are times where it just changes hands. Apparently, this was the long-term plan of Cody takes the title back, Sammy takes it back, and then eventually Scorpio's the one to take it.
I guess my only somewhat issue with it is I hadn't seen Scorpio wrestle in
on TV
6 months. I don't know.
It's been a while since he's had a singles match on TV.
No, that's all that counts is on TV.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's been a while since he's had a singles match on TV.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say, but when they do have him on TV, they keep him pretty well protected. Mm-hmm. I mean, they gave him a victory over Chris Jericho at one point.
Yeah, no, he's good.
He's
good. I just haven't seen him in a long time. And then all of a sudden now he's TNT champ.
Yeah, technically his second...
I like him, so it's fine. But it's
second title run in the company. He was the inaugural World Tag Team Champ with Frankie Kazarian, who I'd love to see challenge for the title at some point. Same with Christopher Daniels, getting some old SCU runbacks. Scorpio Sky gets the championship, and we get the official Paige Van Zant signs it right on Tay Conti's
derriere.
Yes, I was trying to think of a polite word. I've heard only good things about Paige Van Zant when it comes to being fit for the pro wrestling environment. Obviously, she has a mixed martial arts background, so I talked to my MMA guy, and he's like, yeah, no, she was never great at MMA, but she's very good at the entertainment aspects of it. So
there you go.
This is a good fit for her. I think I'm in the minority when I say I like the whole American Top Team thing. I think Dan Lambert is a great heel. I think what he's doing is...
I'll agree with you.
I don't know. Every criticism against him is half the time is it's just I just feel like I can respond, yeah, he's doing his job correctly then. It's people being like, oh god, I hate seeing this stupid, misogynistic, sexist, yada yada. It's yeah, that's what he's supposed to be. You're not supposed to like him.
That's the point.
The point is you want him off of your TV screen and you want to see him, get
his comeuppance.
Yeah, he's doing good heel work. But yeah, no, I like it, and I would love to see more American Top Team talents make their way to AEW. Jorge Masvidal just lost his big fight against Colby Covington, so that's his third straight loss in a row in the UFC. He's already said that eventually he'd be willing to come back to AEW. Would love to see Masvidal. Would love to see Junior Dos Santos back again. He looked like he had the time of his life wrestling the Inner Circle on pay-per-view, so would love to see him again. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the inevitable mixed tag between Paige Van Zant, Ethan Page probably, and then Sammy and Ty Conti.
Yeah, I like the occasional mixed tag match.
Yeah, mixed tags are good. Most of the ones that AEW put on have been good. The one with
Adam Cole.
Yep, Britt Baker, Orange Cassidy, and Statlander was a standout.
Very enjoyable.
Then they did on either Dark or Dynamite, one of the two, Omega, Riho, Kip Sabian, Penelope Ford.
That's cool.
And yeah, no, that was just a good match, back towards the advent of AEW. Yeah. And that was our main event segment. That was the end of Dynamite.
We made it through the pay-per-view.
Yes, and Dynamite. Yes, a lot to cover in the wacky world of wrestling.
We don't have time
to go over Rampage tonight.
No.
But it was a good show. Everything
We've
that you
already
thought
gone.
would happen happened. Yeah, we have an overrun.
Too long.
We're on the overrun.
Our timing is off as well.
Yes. Learning.
So wrapping it up.
This
weekend, what are we doing?
What are we doing? We are going down to the Showcase of Legends. Meet and greet.
I'm gonna meet and greet Britt Baker. It's already signed and sealed.
I will be meet and greeting Evil Uno and Eric Redbeard, among others.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, I also don't know what to say and don't know what to do. I get starstruck very, very easily, and I feel like I'm going to walk up to Redbeard, and he's going to be a very tall, massive man, and I'm just going to go, "You're tall."
Ask him to, rock you to sleep or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to ask him to rock me to sleep, yes. You're like, can you please lift me above your head?
Put me in your beard.
Put me in your beard. Can I just, live in your beard, and can that be my life? Can I just travel with you in your beard?
I'm doing the photo op.
Yes.
So, what do I do for the photo? Do a...
Right, it's like, how am I supposed to pose?
Like a peace sign?
But yeah, how am I going to pose with Evil Uno? Or are we going to do, I feel like I've got to, learn, some Elden Ring poses. I could get into Elden Ring pose with me. Maybe we can both do, there's, an O pose. Maybe we can both do that together. I don't know yet. This will be fun. We'll keep you updated next time on Street Cat Wrestling Podcast.
Word. He was the Street Cat, Jesse James.
I did the wrong way.
The marvelous Miss Cora, and we will see you next time.
Peace.
Peace.